I'm Anthony Howell, better known as Tony Howell. I'm from New York City. I've been dancing since I was 11 years old. I started dancing with Marie Brooks' children's dance group, which grew out of Dance Theater of Harlem. I was a music student, so I learned to play the recorder, and I learned music theory. But I heard the drums in a studio which was next to the music school at Dance Theater of Harlem, and I was very curious. And before you knew it, I was over there on Saturdays with Marie Brooks. I studied classical ballet at the Joffrey Ballet in New York City. I was a scholarship student. And that gave me more of a foundation of basics in dance, the way we know it as theater dance. And I also studied with someone by the name of Philip Stamps and Laurel Beecham, Lavinia Williams. All these people were instrumental in my formation. I got here to Brazil. A friend of mine who was taking my class, I happened to turn to him one day in the class and I said, I think I'm going to Brazil. It just came out of my mouth. And today we're here. This is my third time in Brazil, my second time in Bahia, and we worked at FEB. Excellent experience, but just wonderful experience working with people who, many of them are iniciantes, but some are more experienced than others, but their spirit that they bring to dance. There's something that Mr. Ailey, Alvin Ailey, said is that we should bring dance back to the people. So that's my joy, is to bring my love, my experience, share what God has given me back to the people. Yeah, I was there last week in Cachoeira. So I came there to do workshops and to choreograph a dance number. The choreography that I brought to them seemed to meet them just where they're at, and it's Afro blues music by John Coltrane. I focus on the African Diaspora, Brazil, Haiti, Jamaica, Martinique. These places, that's the folkloric dancing in the class that I gravitate towards. And my warm-up in the class is based on the Dunham Technique. Katherine Dunham was someone who was really interested in anthropology, but she was a dancer. So when she got to Haiti, she realized that she was interested in what the people in the country were doing. The culture was in her choreography, but her technique stood out as something different because she was not using the authentic movement from the country, from those countries. She used her technique. And I find that it still is a good foundational experience in dance. Just learning how to walk. Doom, 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 walk and walk, walk and walk. Because movements grow out of walking, and turn back, walking back, side step, basic things that people don't realize is a dance. people have a foundation, is what we're saying, in dance, and it relates to our culture, but it's also something that is a system. There are a lot of people who they go out to study African dance, but Africa is a continent, and they don't understand that. Africa is a continent, so where are you talking about? And you say you're studying African dance. So people hear the drums, and they just start jumping, or they start moving. Or people buy a drum, and they start, but what are you playing? Because there are different rhythms. They're just not loud, just going fast and loud. And the African tradition has discipline in its dancing. It's not all fast. And the drumming is not all loud. They're very intricate rhythms. They're intricate dance movements. But there's a relationship between the drummer and the dancer and the drummer. So this is not talked about enough, and it's my approach. It's the Tony Howell dance experience. So I don't want to impose this on anyone, and people might have questions. That's good. I hope you do, because I want to continue to expand. A very good question. That listening is a very important thing, because I started when I was a kid, and I remember the teacher always saying, watch, just watch. Did you see me do that in class? I sometimes tell them you have to watch, because people are not watching. They're busy trying to do, and they're not watching. So the first thing is to watch, to see, and listen. Yes, and then the other parts are building blocks to do what you need to do. But you have to watch first. You can learn a lot from watching. I spent a lot of time watching as a kid. And then the listening was something that we still develop. Whether it's listening to the rhythms, listening to the music, listening to what people are saying, listening is very important. I hope they find something that they can identify within themselves, that they enjoy, they enjoy, and that they can share with someone else. And I want them to come back. If I enjoyed them, I want them to come back. I enjoy them, and I want them to keep giving of themselves, because this is a culture that we learn to share with each other, and realize that we are blessed. We are blessed to want to do what we're doing. And some of us, like myself, have been blessed to keep going. Yes, I've had obstacles in the past, but I didn't let that stop me. And I know that this is my passion and my purpose in life. At the end is the joy. And you put that bar work and the things across the floor with what you have. So I want them to take the joy. Yes. Just for that hour, those 2 hours today we were there. Take that with you. Oh, just hold on. Get an education first. If you're interested in dance, dance is a great field of study, but get an education. Focus on getting an education. That's what's most important.